YouTube is live, bro.
Oh, wow. We got a sound check. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All the YouTube outlaws, welcome. Saturday night. Happy Saturday. Hope y'all had a chance to check out the show, man. On Thursday, it was on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, that motherfucking chat room.
Woo! What's up,
it
Facebook?
Went down, man. It went
Outlaws. We was just talking about our Thursday night show.
Hey, come on, scoot on.
You Facebook outlaws. Y'all know a little bit about it. You've been in the comments. Y'all still in the comments. Go check out that show, man, and understand what all the hubbub is about. The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw.
Hey,
Outlaw.
Saturday night edition, man. We all. I am Brother Talk to Teach, listen to learn your truth, transfer engineer, awesome, the most asshole of many. So, like I say, pull up at y'all enjoy the show. We having a sound check right now, but brother,
sound check.
Sound check, brother. Tell the people something good, man.
Peace. How y'all doing out there? I am the Black Woman Lover, your holistic health and wellness coach, Mark Carter. Peace, y'all. It's good to be with y'all this chilly Saturday night. Kev, my man, how you doing?
Hey.
The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, a very cold Saturday night. If you're from the Midwest, like I am, you understand that at this time of the year, we get snow, we get frozen precipitation,
like it or not,
if you will. So if you're going to live here, you have to understand what's going on. But I am the world-class smartass, man, the military on the microphone tonight, because anybody who comes into the beautiful Chocolate City Studios in elegant Northwest Milwaukee is very special.
Be elegant now.
Right, yeah, man. You got to dress it up.
Hey,
dress it up. Let's go.
Got somewhere we could plug these in?
Well, he don't need them. He don't need them because he doesn't have his own mic.
He liked to look. He was like.
Well, he can put them on and just front. You have to tell people.
Right, you should have just
had them on. People be like, oh, they on some shit.
But I mean, really, it's just we just hear. You just hear.
Brother, tell these people who you are, man, because we can see you on YouTube because we're simulcasting and we can see you on Facebook. Scoot in a little bit more. Everybody don't know everybody, but you ain't been touched until you get touched by a stranger.
Oh,
trust me. Some of my best episodes came from a.
Go ahead, bro.
Who are you? Speaking of experience,
I almost told my truth.
No, I'm Ramon Williams in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, running for mayor.
Okay. Now, we talked about your campaign pre-game, because we pre-game. We talked about your campaign. You did launch a campaign. Your intention was to run for mayor. Okay. So you, and tonight, I really just want to talk about why you thought it was important that you took this step. Because it takes a lot of nuts to say, I don't want to put my name out there. I'm going to put the target on my back.
Real talk.
Because as soon as you want to be accountable, people want to come for you, especially in today's age. So what made you want to run for mayor?
Yeah, I'm a native of Milwaukee, so I've been living here all my life, and I'm seeing how crazy it is. And also, you just got to look at it as it's not getting any better under the leadership that we have. Also, because of something I want to do, open up a youth center, and our local leaders was just saying that's not something they want to do. The youth is causing all the crime, the problems, the students, things like that. So it's giving me all these excuses of why they don't want opportunity here. And so I was saying, the best thing to do is, run for mayor where I can make these changes and also give people incentives to work with the youth, open up youth centers, and start working with the people. That's the problem. That's the thing, right? As a business owner or entrepreneur, your job is to solve problems, come with solutions.
Right.
And so we have a lot of problems here, right?
True. Somebody got to try to fix it. And I admire your courage, especially you just let me know you're a millennial. And I speak all the time like the millennials ain't shit. So you represent your generation on this show, and I want people to know. But I also want them to know that we have an active phone line. The number is 414-231-9982. Once again, it's 414-231-9982. First of all, this is Outlaw Radio. Bad guys wear black. Okay, so let's get to that. It's Outlaw Radio.
Man, I'm over here. I'm typing it in right as I'm sharing the video, and I'm just cracking up. Oh yeah, I'm over here typing it in as I'm sharing the video, right? And I'm thinking about the title, "Good Guys Wear Black," man. And I'm thinking,
I said, bad guys wear black. Villains wear black. Your guys don't wear black. They've tried to reinvent it. We'll
Hey, look, hold on. I was cheating.
See what happened when you copy off a nigga paper,
off his paper. And you got good guys.
Both of y'all gonna flunk. Both of y'all gonna be in 5th grade next year.
But check it out, right?
I promise you. I'm the teacher. Did I say I've been a teacher before? Just so happened that I have.
Look,
I knew both of y'all were teachers.
But check it out, though. Let me tell you why I was laughing. I'm reading, right? Good guys wear black. And
bad guys wear black.
But I know. I'm saying I'm reading what he wrote.
Right. Okay.
Good guys wear black.
The dude who didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
You're right. Right.
Or did I?
You said the wrong name of the show, nigga.
I didn't say it.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm right.
I didn't say
You
it.
wrote it on your paper. You copied off
My paper for me to read, not you. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. Maybe I did it on purpose.
Can I tell my damn joke?
Yeah, tell a joke.
Get your shit out.
I just took my joke around with it.
Yo, go ahead.
Made y'all own joke out of my joke. And
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. You copy off somebody's paper in there. They had the wrong answer. You made yourself a joke. Stop it, man. You motherfuckers better eat some yogurt.
Hey,
some yogurt.
so you check it out. So I read Good Guys Wear Black. Now I typed it in. I thought about it.
That don't make sense.
I know, but I thought about it, right? And I thought about the last show.
Right.
We all had black on and OJ had red, and that's what all the fuss was about. You know what I mean? So I thought
naming names.
Well, I'm just it was fair.
No,
I'm talking shit,
listen,
boy. We good.
First of all, I want to shout out black business because our first thing that we do on this show is we support black business. Anything you want to do that's progressive, that can amount to something that will benefit the people, we wholeheartedly support. You're a poet, you're a singer, you're a rapper, you make scratch and sniff stickers.
Mm-hmm.
You come on here, we'll smell them and be like, oh, this shit smell like shit. You can't come back. I'm joking. No, we ride with y'all.
We love black people who love black people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I shout out 3041 North, Mr. Terry, my brother. I got his invite for Valentine's Day, bro. That's my brother. That's my big brother. Everybody knows when I first started, when I did Chocolate City, it was always 3041 live Saturday nights. I would break all of this stuff down. You look at it now, how it's hooked up. I'd break it all down and take it down there. We had politicians. Mr. Terry has been my biggest supporter. That's why that logo hangs next to the Outlaw Radio logo.
5-star.
But guess what? This could be your business hanging here. You write me a check, I put your shit all over the screen. I promise you. But no, we support black businesses, so I want to do shout outs. I want to say, so first of all, shout out to my homie Ghetto. Like this dude right here, like this shit goes back a couple years. And, you know, he was at a point where in Milwaukee, it was like social media and going live was new, right? And I wasn't even, like the show wasn't even visual like this. Like I was doing internet radio, right? Yeah, it was free. You had to get the app, and this brother was going ham about the state of the community in Milwaukee, and to the point where it was like, dog, I get that shit.
Smiling hard over there too.
No, this is real, because he know it's real.
Right.
He know it's real. He was going so hard, and sometimes like the videos would be raggedy, like he'd be sitting on like a raggedy ass porch with some overalls and he naked under him. You look like Willie D. I'm like, who is this cat, right? So we holler, and if I'm telling you, I don't trust people. The first time I met him with Cuz, I met with him at a park. Hey, you know I ain't lying. I said, no, nigga, meet me at Estabrook. Don't come to the joint. So, but it's full circle because it just shows you, man, you cannot dismiss people.
Real talk.
If somebody's saying something, you have to pay attention to them. Like Outlaw Radio, we saying something. You got to pay attention to us. So shout out to Ghetto, and that's why we got Ramon Williams here. At that time, I was like, well, shit, nigga, you just did a porn movie on Pornhub. Like, I don't know, right? Like, well, how will I introduce this guest? But you know, that's why he's laughing, because you know I'm telling the truth. But it's all good. It's all good now. It's all good now. So, hey, man. It's about bad guys who are black, and the reason why I called this show this is because you think about, as a person of color, you've always been taught that being dark is bad, and this I see right now for the brothers, it don't affect us as much, but it really has a real effect on sisters, and I'm bothered by this. Sisters don't really appreciate. Like, you know, you get dudes like me who say you fine, but then the masses say, no, it's negative because you're so dark. The clothes you wear, if you wear black, white people call it gothic, right? You know what I mean? If you
black fingernails, black lipstick, right? You know what I'm saying?
Because black is something very unique. Because my brother always tells me, black is not really a color. It's a tone. It's not really a color because it represents the absence of color.
Actually, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. Black would be inclusion of all of the colors. White would be absence of color.
So either the glass is half full like my beer,
yes, sir,
or it's full if Jason got another beer in his little knapsack. Shit. You gonna learn today.
Hey.
Welcome to Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, hey, let me give my shout outs right quick before we get started again too, because I missed mine. Okay, Honeybee Sage down at the Sherman Phoenix. Shout out to the whole Sherman Phoenix.
Shout out Sherman.
Shout out to Center Street Wellness. Yeah. Shout out to Center Street Wellness. I saw my people down there. They was at the Summer Phoenix too. And then if you ever notice, I like to wear shirts that mean stuff. Shirts that come from somebody in the community. This shirt here is from Words and Images. Minding my black-owned business. That's what it says.
Yes, then, I need a pen. Somebody passed me a pen from that big-ass cup with all them pens in
it. And I do
Jason
this.
Will pass you the whole
and I do this because my people. I like to plug. I like to plug my people in. You know what I mean. And then my brothers from No Fingerprints right here made this hat. So thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? They gifted me these. So here I am shouting them out. If you want to say, holler at me.
Hey,
it seems like
brother Dre, I see you, man. Love.
It seems like you're getting free shit, not getting everybody in. Like I'm listening to like this bull.
Right. I was thinking the same thing. Like just thinking, he got a side hustle going on. We need to start signing some contracts.
Hey man, look. They've been giving them to me. So I'm like, look, man, I'm finna start passing. I'm start sharing.
Hustle man from the.
Well, y'all know when they do give them all to me, I share. I done brought everybody stuff.
Right when we put you on the spot.
Hey, I done brought y'all stuff though, right?
No, nobody has none of that shit. We don't have beans. You got the Spike Lee T-shirt on. Ain't nobody got nothing.
He gave me some herbs, right? I made some tea. He did give me.
I just gave you some herbs before we came in.
This is true. It wasn't tea.
No, not at all. 414-231.
Well, I love you guys.
9982. It's a Saturday night. You getting dressed to go out. You ain't listening to the radio if you're in your house. You might as well listen to the shit. You was on Facebook anyways.
Real tough.
Because you love to see yourself. I see people do selfies and just be like, they do live and just be like, I'm riding in my car listening. Like, I don't give a fuck if you and your kid are listening to, Future and shit. But it floats your boat. So why not watch some shit that matters, right? So it's Outlaw Radio, man. Y'all can call in 414-231-9982. The elephant in the room is, will we address this OJ scandal? I don't run from shit. Don't threaten me with a good time. First of all, let me say this. OJ will be on the show. OJ is an outlaw. OJ is part of the show. Shout out to OJ.
Shout out OJ.
My thing is, it ain't what you say it is. It's what I know it is. And I know there's brothers who can identify with OJ. Just like his brothers who can identify with myself, his brothers who can identify with Jason and Kamar and Ramon and Ghetto. Some niggas been naked with some overalls at a protest before with a camera going live on Facebook talking about fuck everybody.
That's organic.
With a Newport. I'm just saying,
100.
We all got something to say. Let's be able to say it without disrespecting each other.
That's real.
Now, to further address this, I will say, if you don't know, you've been under a rock. Maybe you I just watch the show. I don't keep up with y'all like that. But this show was crazy. It permeated in a lot of people's hearts because that show really showed that there's a situation between black women and black men.
Right.
You think?
We have a very deeply rooted issue, but I can tell you that it's all set up by the powers that be.
All right.
Because the one thing that they couldn't crack, as many efforts as they made to break us, think about this. Oh, well, you can't sit at my lunch counter. You can't ride on the front of my bus. I can put a sign up that says niggers and dogs shouldn't apply. But the one thing you couldn't crack was our family structure.
Oh.
And it continuously produced leaders
until
it produced Michael King, rap name Martin Luther King, right? It produced Medgar Evers. Those two-parent households that had a black man and a black woman that was 50-50. Baby, I ain't talking about 70-30. I ain't talking about 60-40. I'm talking about 50-50. And 50% of our relationship is your femininity.
When did they crack?
The other 50% is my masculinity.
Masculinity, yes, sir.
Those two things together make family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever get it twisted. I don't give a fuck how many degrees you got. I don't care how much money you make. You're still a human. You're not defined by anything that you thought you was when you was in pursuit of the white man's version of success.
Money.
See, the one thing about black people is we've yet to define our own definition of success. When you get money, what you do? You buy a German car. Listen, here's the greatest thing that ever happened. Nazi Germany killed 6 million Jews, right? What kind of car do rich Jewish dudes drive? A Mercedes-Benz. It's a German car. Talk to me when you're done. 414-231-9982. I'm sorry.
They're having to overcome the black family. At this point, they overcame, right?
Who overcame what?
What? Pink people. You know what I'm saying? Pink people have destroyed the black unit, the black family. Absolutely, and they did it on purpose.
Yeah, that was a whole other basis at the end of the last show.
And that's what we saw. We saw a perfect example of that during the last show. Women going at black men.
Y'all don't protect us.
Let me tell you something.
We don't protect.
Listen, you can't make that statement when you talking to 4 brothers, right? 2 of which, and I'm just speaking of what I know of, is married and got daughters, right? So we're not trying to hear how we don't protect, because try to do something to my daughters. You see what I'm saying? So we don't relate to that. Stop letting them tell you about us. You getting your information from television.
It's a false narrative. Wait,
hello.
This is normally Outlaw Radio is, you can tell it's a
black woman is my God.
Well, they're not my gods.
My God. I ain't say y'all.
Hey, he said me. He said mine.
What's the disclaimer?
Somebody said.
What's the disclaimer?
The views and opinions expressed on Outlaw Radio are solely those of the motherfucker that said it.
No who be mad at.
The black woman is my God.
Okay. That's what's up. And I understand your perspective.
Just wanted to say
my brother Ramon, he like
Ramon
like shit. One of these niggas should have ran for mayor. Hey, let me say shit.
I'm like K over here. Same way I look at it, the black woman is God to me too. So that's how I look at it. But,
did you include now? I would like this.
We need to talk about what the definition of God is.
See, listen, reason why I say because when you first come out, right? What do you see? When you first come out, what do you see? When you first come out the womb, right? What do you see? Another thing too, what you said was interesting, right? I have a daughter as well, but when my child's mother was pregnant and the baby came out, I had all these emotions in my head. I said, I'm gonna be a great father or marry you. I said all these type of things.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you should have been married.
Because I was looking like, man, it's amazing to see this, and the woman going through all this just to give, birth. And some women die doing it in the process. So it's like you gotta pay homage to that. You gotta look at that as God's work.
Well, no doubt. I look at
God's work or God.
Well,
right?
Go ahead, boy. And y'all keep your mics, because I had to change it. People can't hear you when you be off to yeah, what I said. No, you gotta get on the microphone. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I like to deal with what I know, not what I believe.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what? Knowing is always better than believing. And what I know is my mother was my first nurturer. My mother was my first love, my first protector.
Yes.
My first teacher.
Even when you was on some bullshit.
Everything that people look to a God for, my mother was that.
Yeah.
For me, right? Now, throughout the rest of my life, whenever I was at my lowest moments, I was in prison or whatever. Somebody died in my family. It was always a black woman or a black woman that came to pick me up, that helped put me back together. You know what I'm saying? That helped fix me, something that we look to God for.
Now I wanted to ask my brother.
No perspective.
Then I look at what they can do. They can pull energy out the universe and wrap flesh around it and give it to the world.
Right. And we still don't got no.
But you know what else they can do?
So that's spiritual as fuck.
Quote that. That's spiritual as fuck.
That's spiritual as fuck.
That's a hashtag.
To pull energy out the universe.
So we just talked about we just talked about how great and magnificent a black woman is, right? Yeah. So what happens when she turns on the black man?
There we go. Now it's Outlaw Radio.
Well, hopefully that good black man don't run into that broken woman.
Sometimes that broken woman will break the man. Right?
That's why we hope that don't happen.
Well, let's not hope.
Hopefully that.
Let's not hope. Let's plan.
Exactly.
Let's
hopefully that good man understands morals, values, understands all that type of stuff, what to look for.
But if she's God, don't we need her to understand?
Well, she may not be your God.
No. Listen. So she's the first one that this womb, the embryo, the child, that the sees, and because you look at how we come up now,
trial and error. Because exactly.
So a lot of these young men that we see are running out here is the error.
Because see, like if I'm gonna call a black woman my God, like I ain't gonna talk to a girl and tell you like you my God, you a black woman. It ain't everybody can't have it.
That's a good game though.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
everybody can't.
You can get some ass. You get some ass if you say
every black woman can't be that. Let's think logically. Let's look at what's going on right now today. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about, like I said, I'm talking about what I know. Hey, check it out. I'm talking about what I know.
That's what
the type of women who I knew, who I was connected with, who helped me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about these type of women. Now, those type of women are somewhere else. Well, I don't vibrate on that plane, so I don't. So they ain't in my realm. That's also why you don't ever hear me talking bad about black women, because the bad ones don't vibrate around me.
Now let's get into types, and this is the thing.
So now I can see that.
But the fact of the matter is there are some, it's the yin and the yang. Yeah, so as much good as there is, there's equal amount of bad. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to become that. This is something through spiritual growth that you reach. You know what I mean? To be able to understand that about yourself.
231-9982.
And I want to give Ramon a chance.
Yes, sir.
Also, too, you gotta look at that's a personal interaction for him. And so everybody personal experience is different.
Subjective.
So
right.
It's subjective.
Absolutely right.
I just on this campaign run since December 1st, I ran past like 1,500 to 3,000 people, and most of them was women. And the first thing they said to me, "I'm gonna pray for you." And I said, "It's a voting system, so you can pray and vote." And I looked, I said, "Man, if I wasn't smart enough to understand and be able to detect that some of these women just have an illness because of the environment they in." I will look at.
You said it's not all of them.
Right.
Now, hold on. First of all, let me say this show is dedicated to black women. There's no women haters on this panel. This is the most heterosexual panel you will ever meet. I'm the intellectual heterosexual in the first place. I love black women. Intellectual heterosexual. You thought I couldn't say it again?
Hey, that could go on your name.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the next intro.
Y'all been
the Negro whisperer, heterosexual, intellectual.
I've said it before. Y'all don't listen. That's why I said y'all all flunked. Listen. I love black women.
And he can't help it.
To me, black women are the greatest natural that we have.
Yes, sir.
Black women are fountains of information, progression, understanding, clarity. You ain't been loved until you've been loved by a black woman. Now, I done tried them both. I rode the black horse and the white horse. In no uncertain terms, right? I'm from the north side. I'm from Capital. Did I tell y'all that? I'm this way, and I'm a Scorpio. So, but no, I didn't make up my mind without understanding what the other side had to offer. The love, first of all, I have 2 children by a black woman. Regardless of whatever problems her and I have, she is powerful. She's a black woman. She got my crooked ass straight. And I'm telling you, I was one sandwich short of a picnic basket for a very long time. And it seemed like life. But I said, man, made me get driver's license, a bank account, like get rid of your warrants. Like, don't be fighting no more. Smoke weed at home. Don't ride and smoke. Like, I got all this shit from my
shit. I'm saying, when you gonna start?
I failed.
This usually Monday, right? It's the beginning of this shit, right?
This shit just started Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So all that came from a black woman. There's power in a black woman. And this is why I don't like for them to feel insecure. So when they say to us, you're not protecting us, I think that's a fallacy. Because I'm gonna tell you what, run up on this motherfucker.
Hello.
Run up here late tonight. After the show go off, say I'm gonna go over there and get dude.
And see if he protects
see what happens.
Listen, stop.
See what happens.
So again,
I ain't gonna tell them myself.
so this is what I gotta say. So this is when you stop letting them tell you about us. Don't get your information from television. Right. You make the statement that it's a lot of deadbeat dads, then you walk yourself out your door and you go to your job. Is that what you see? Deadbeat dads? The first 10 black men that you come into contact with. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, 7 of them take care of their kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Did this right now on that same note. Just like I said, the way I vibrate women that come around me in my contact like that. Just a lot of
us regurgitate the shit that we've seen on Fox News. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. So they say black men do this and black men do that. That's not your experience.
A sister asked me one time, you know, she seen me with my shorties and she was just, I think she wanted to get down, but that's a different show. But she was just like, you know, what do you tell your guys? I love how you do your thing as a father. What do you tell your guys that don't take care of their kids? It didn't take me but a second to look at that and say, I ain't got no guys.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
I don't have no guys who don't take. Because if you was my partner and you wasn't taking care of yours, what we would say to you in every session is, your ass need to go get your son.
Yeah.
Right. While you got on
here's the thing. We're telling nigga, I'm bringing my kids. Don't you bring your, you know what I'm saying? We invite this shit.
I got a hoop in the backyard. All these kids gonna have to compete.
I think that's just a whole narrative because, like I said, I'm 28, and I see guys on the bus with their kids, single fathers, riding the city bus, you know, out in the snow and things like. I'm like, man, it's everything shifts.
But you got black women still singing that song. Black men don't do this.
Right. We'll take care of our kids.
And there's a lot of guys down there at the W2 building complaining about how they try to get their child and they had to go through so much, and the woman had to be on drugs and stuff like that, and they still couldn't get the child.
It's all about it's all about who's telling the story.
A lot of that should be about what you did to her too, though. Because let's look at it from
what you didn't do to her.
Like it can be generational because some women parents will tell them this is what you look for, this is things you do. If you don't do X, Y, Z, I've seen that. I'm like, wait, she telling her daughter this? Mm-hmm. Like, God, had a kid with the woman yet.
I got my brother. Hold on. I got to do this.
Go ahead, do that.
I got my brother Eric Phillips watching right now.
Yes, sir.
This is a cat who known me since I was about 5-6 years old. Knew my father, and he knows this to be true. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know that black fathers were an epidemic or lack thereof. I thought you were supposed to have a daddy because my daddy was that cat, right?
Right.
But my father would take all the boys in the neighborhood
from the block.
He wouldn't nobody's daughter. And I understand that on a different level now.
Too. Now, yeah.
But every boy, and I would get so mad because we go somewhere, you can hit me if you want to.
Well, give me your cut.
Well, there you go. now the show's going on. Hey, selfish ass co-host. But what my father would do, right? Everybody heard it. My father, he showed me something very early because I used to be so upset because I knew that he would do certain things with us, right? Like we would go to restaurants, he'd buy me, you know, and then we would take everybody from the neighborhood. I'm talking about he got like 8, 9 little young boys, and we get out to go eat. And what you want? No, it's not what they want. You get them little niggas a small fry and a cheeseburger.
The value meal.
I got the Chicago dog while I'm waiting on my Italian beef sandwich. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, "What you worried about? It ain't your money." They don't all have a daddy. When there's an absence, you have to fill in the void. So EP know what I'm talking about. He know, and my cousin Palmer Barnes is watching too. He knew my father. My father was that kind of dude. So I couldn't follow a flawed pattern. Like this is all good. And I want to say to sisters, it might look bad for you right now, but you just got to continue to just refresh yourself. When you get to the point where you talking about that's why we fuck with white dudes. Let me tell you something about white people.
Yeah, call in and say some
so
shit.
They don't cheat. White men don't cheat. They don't beat. They don't kill.
Call in and give us some of that brilliance.
So
you talking about the leading serial killers on the planet?
Yeah, bury your ass
where
in the backyard and be on television crying. Like, stop it.
Attorneys.
Right. I will forever mourn your foot that they finally found after your ass was missing for 10 years. You a cold case waiting to happen.
Now, let me tell
Stop running from yourself.
But something I heard on the last show is a woman. One of the women was going in and she was like, slavery done did this, and slavery.
Right. Now big ass Lonnie Love
then affected the black man. And do you seriously think Slavery didn't affect the black woman.
Right.
Have you
That should have affected everybody.
Have you seen the state of a black woman right now? And you want to tell, listen, the stuff that they were being forced to do, they do voluntarily now for likes. You see what I'm saying? Like, listen.
To be real, the women are gatekeepers right now. To be honest with you.
Well, they the highest educated.
They are. The older white guy told me as I was up north Wisconsin. He said, I believe this country gets turned around by a minority woman.
They gatekeepers in life.
I was waiting to see if you was going to say something controversial. Was you going to be politically correct?
No, hell,
you done been real more than one time. Love.
Yeah. No, I'm living reality.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, that's what it takes, though. You gotta be authentic, man. You gotta walk your path for the universe to work your way, man. You gotta put some energy towards that. You know. So I commend you straight up. You know what I mean? The 2,000 and something signatures to walk around and get, man, that's a hell of a lot of work. You know what I mean? Real talk. That's a hell of a lot of work. I commend you.
And let me say this.
You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing.
In addition to what Brother Bull is saying, like one of the people that approached my guy, like, why don't you run for office? I didn't heard that too. Like, you got all these, why don't you run? Anybody that's ready and willing for them to dig into your personal life and look for a mistake that you done made so they can hype it up and listen, I ain't ready for that. Hats off to you, my guy.
See, the thing, though, I would say it's the thing that I got blessed with. Being 28, 29, what background I have that's going to be so tragic where people get turned off?
Right.
Parking tickets, that's something that happened to everybody. They towed my car in front of my house because I ain't got a parking permit.
Why you ain't got a park?
But we don't.
I already paid to live where I'm at. And then I got.
Why you don't got a park?
You gonna change that if you get mad? We gonna change that?
Yo, listen, think about it. You should be mad about that. Well, you got a slab. You got a slab, so you ain't got to.
No, I don't have
you got a visitor coming.
I was a parking checker, so I know the bullshit. I know the bullshit.
You ain't got a park?
You see this thing?
Why don't you
actually have a garage?
This is what I said.
You still own the house. Why I gotta pay to park in front of my house?
You know, when you realize that you don't
on the streets you pay taxes on.
And you realize in the suburbs they don't have to pay taxes.
With the money that they took taxes from already.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
On the car that you bought, that you paid taxes.
That's
nobody can help you.
I was a parking checker. I'm telling you, there are certain older people that fight for their constituents.
I was talking to my mans over there. Like,
everybody yelling.
We're having a good time. Go ahead, reel it in. Come on. Outlaw Radio, Saturday night edition. Bad guys wear black. Come on, Kev, reel it in, bro.
Hey, I'm a homeowner though, right? So you.
I hope all y'all
taxes going up.
But he not.
I hope all y'all shut the fuck up and let one person talk at a time.
As long as that one person is you, go.
Well, that starts it too. That's always a good look.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say this because once again, my show is dedicated to black women because I won't see.
Didn't call.
I hate to get. It doesn't matter. 414-231-9982.
Thought they was gonna call.
That's fine. That's fine. They'll call eventually. But I want to say this: bad guys wear black. I said that because that's what you've been sold. That's what you've been told. You got to get away from the colonial mind state as a person of color. You have to understand that colonialism warped your mind a very long time ago. It screwed your understanding even about what we're supposed to eat or how to even sleep. You think you got to have a numbers bed when we came up sleeping in hay? Stop it.
How to give
you have to unlearn yourself and then relearn. And they told you bad guys wear black. I say good guys wear black.
Hello, somebody. That's why I wrote it that way. See, I have foresight, my brother.
You know what I'm talking about? We was right. We was right in the beginning.
So Malcolm,
that's why he was mad.
Right.
We pulled it out the bag before he got a chance to do it himself.
Malcolm,
the truth. It is slick though, Karen.
Malcolm had the greatest quote in terms of what we're facing in terms of black men against black women. And I keep telling black women, y'all on some bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Listen, Malcolm said, I believe this was 1962. He said the black woman is the most disrespected, neglected, unprotected person in this country. And he said the black man should lay down his life to protect her. He said that, and we roll with that shit. We was all like, hey, look, I done looked out my window with my gun plenty of times trying to recreate that portrait. Except it wasn't no photographer there, and if somebody was outside, I would have shot their ass. I ride with that. Listen, You disrespect mine, cuz that's it. I gotta file a misdemeanor.
I like that, brother.
You come over here and fuck with that, oh, it's going down. I'm telling you, y'all don't even know. These firearms, some of the shit pointing at everybody. All around this motherfucker. We don't play that because as a man, I know my children are here and I know my woman is here. And if you cross the line, gun line, boss, it's going down. And I would be unapologetic about it. I'd be in court like, yeah, so you aimed the AK. Yes, I did, Your Honor. Exactly how many bullets were in your clip? There were 50 at the time, Your Honor. I thought that I would only have to perhaps use 3, but due to the fact that it fired willingly, I used 15. And you got hit 12 because I can aim. I work my shit out.
Nah,
so I'm saying I want black women to get off this bullshit about we don't protect y'all. I stand up for every sister. I stand up for Leslie Jones' ugly ass. I just watched her shit
just think you missing,
on Netflix.
You missing something, right?
Tell me what I'm missing,
not
bro.
That you don't stand up for them. This is what it is. It really deals with wealth. And black women see white people as superior because they have wealth. They have power.
That's a flaw.
I'm telling you, this is what's going on.
But that's a flaw.
This reality. They will have a baby with a white man because they think their life will be better.
And it's a flaw.
More secure.
More secure and stability. That's what they want. You gotta realize that's reality. Like if you go out here, they're gonna feel like if I had to choose.
That's not reality.
For him,
that's a fallacy because I'm telling you, I don't owe no child support. And I got 2 kids, and they've eaten every day since they've been on this planet. That's a fallacy. And I got. Are you in arrears?
Not at all.
Are you in arrears?
Yeah, I am in arrears.
But you doing for them.
Exactly. I take care of my kids.
Working on
everybody that know me know I take care of my kids.
It's a fallacy.
And I do pay child support.
So don't tell me, okay, brother, I'm respecting your opinion, but don't tell me it's something that I'm missing.
There's perception of us. Right. There is a black news network that is supposed to be starting in February. Hopefully, we have a chance to control.
Sponsored by CNN. It will not. It's
I listen. I saw the shit. I did not know it was. I did not know it was sponsored by CNN. Thank you and thank you. I've been corrected. Listen and learn, brother. Right. So what ownership we have? So we're still looking at Byron Allen, right? To be the first. We're still looking at him to win his spot. No, okay, listen, get his brother a mic. Get his brother a mic.
Get on the camera.
No, give me because I need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Get on the camera.
All right.
And my brother, look,
we'll talk after. You need
one thing I'm not trying to do is son you. I'm not trying to son you. And because you're welcome to your opinion. But I'm 44 years old. I'm 44 years old. I've been married 18 years. I have 2 children. They ain't never missed a goddamn thing. And I got partners from the streets, hardcore killers, shot to Capitol Drive, and you ask them about their kid. They'll tell you, I got him. I go in the barbershop. Right. I see homies. I ain't saying he got his little son in there. He giving him what a father should give his son. We're going to the barbershop. We're finna get
number one, some time.
I go in Foot Locker finna bless my short,
which is free.
And I see brothers who, oh, what up, Cam? And my son gets upset. Daddy, why you know everybody? Why do you know everybody?
Right. That's my
I'm from the turf.
Everywhere we go, you know somebody.
Come on.
I went to a school the other day. I know the principal.
So I want black women, stop buying in, see what y'all doing is, and I understand it because I'm educated too. So I've been in all these programs.
He went to college.
I went to several colleges. And I've been in the class with y'all. And I know they telling y'all don't need us, but I be sitting in the back like that's some bullshit. They do need us. I'm that dude.
And we need y'all. We need each other. We need y'all.
Right. We codependent, man. That's how it works.
Before they was able to go after the black man, before they was able to conquer and hoe out the black woman, they had to destroy the black family. Right, and so
all you had left.
So whenever the black family, like we had each other's backs. I think Heavy D said it in right. Like even when we picked cotton, at least we picked it together. You see what I'm saying? And we in a situation right now where they got us at odds, and we say the right words. We act like we understand divide and conquer, the theory, the tactic, but then we still involve ourselves in it. So anytime you call in or you say all black men do this or all black women do that, first of all, it's an absolute. So as soon as you say all, you're wrong right away.
Well, because there's a such thing as a 100% rule, which means There's nothing that's 100%.
Nothing
true.
is absolute. There's always an exception. And
So
stop getting your information from a goddamn liar.
Well, no. Well, it's not. It's not personal.
Some of it ain't from personal experience though. Some of it is what they see.
I've seen guys they all take care of kids, but I'm pretty sure there's guys in my age that don't. And but I haven't seen it, so I can't say. Yeah, there's a lot of guys out here that don't. I only see guys that do. So what I'm talking about.
But Fox News gonna tell you.
None of us.
You see what I'm saying? So if
none of us.
If you get up in the morning, you watch Fox News and walk your ass, you got.
According to them, you kick your baby on the way out the door.
You know, hey, but that's
to
why
the trap house.
That's why I say, you know what I mean? They fucked up the black mind.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I didn't disagree.
You know what I mean?
I didn't disagree.
Right. I'm saying when I said I was adding on to what y'all was saying. You know what I mean? They fucked up the black mind. Like we think fucked up. We got a whole different way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We ain't living our culture. We ain't living our lifestyle that we supposed to be living.
So since we are solution-based radio, no wait, because this is going to ask that question. Since we are solution-based radio, what's the solution?
First of all, because you know what I mean, we get back into our spiritual ways. We understand how we're supposed to live. It's more of a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle of wellness. You talk about knowledge of self. Knowledge of self is all about health. You know what I'm saying? Now, if we can create health for ourselves, we can fix our minds, because that's also a part of it. How does the mind work? How do you work the spirit? You know what I'm saying?
Are you the master of your own thoughts?
I want to say this.
Yes, you are. You know what I mean? But you have to learn.
Everybody ain't.
That's what I'm saying. But you got to learn that.
Sometimes range is your enemy. Okay, think about it like this. You have all these aspirations of greatness, and you want to eat vegan. And you want to wear beads and sandals and put natural oils on your body. Some of us, the first thing we got to do is stop drinking Old English. Stop snorting cocaine. Stop popping pills. Stop drinking Hennessy every day. Stop eating whole cakes. Hold on. Stop eating whole cakes.
Yeah.
You know, stop eating unhealthy. Stop voting against your interests. Stop ignoring the importance of literacy. Because now when I say that, I say this. My brother here just got involved in the political side of things, and I'm going to assume you went into the community, because the first time I seen you, you was on North Avenue. That is the community. I guarantee you, a lot of the people that you talked to about the issues didn't know sheep shit from wild honey. They didn't have understanding of anything you were talking about. So when you went to them and said, listen, Baird has been detrimental to our city. He's been the mayor for 16 years. And he's a Democrat, which is supposed to be black people user-friendly. Our city is the second poorest city in the country. Do you understand we have a median income that's 30 for us and 60 for them? Do you understand we don't own shit? Do you understand that our business percentages? Do you understand that there's $19 million of allocated funding from the government that's supposed to be dedicated to the city of Milwaukee that you can't see it, but the mayor refuses to order an audit, and we won't audit it.
We have black people that continually vote for that. Like we've been told, and you still vote for that. 60% of the black vote.
I found a lot of them don't vote, so they do vote because they don't vote. So he only win with like 100,000. It's 700,000 that can vote.
You know why they don't vote?
And that's actually helping him.
You know why they don't vote?
Because they're not.
Because that's one of it. But the thing is the devil can convince you that he doesn't exist. So what you think is, I talk to people first of all, believe me, I deal with people who live in public housing. Let's just put it like that. And what they tell me all the time is, I don't know shit about that, so I don't vote at all. How don't you know? It's called civics. Now, there's a pothole in your street in front of your house. You're a property owner. All you property owner motherfuckers who like to brag, well, you rent and I own.
You got a ticket parked in front of your house just like I do.
But who should I call? You don't understand the alderman is responsible for this. You don't understand the county executive or the county supervisor is responsible for this. You don't understand a senator, a congressman. You don't understand checks and balances. You don't understand the system with which you're governed by. But what you do is you allow them to just give you what you can get.
But that same system
But you won't vote.
That same system is Democrat. And I would love to hear what you have to say about this, brother. That same system is Democrat versus Republicans.
Yes, sir.
Guess what? The Democrats and the Republicans, they bow to the same lobbies. Guess what? The Democrats and the Republicans, they bow to the same corporations. Guess what? The Democrats and the Republicans play the same game. You got to
play golf together.
You got a left.
At your expense.
You got a left wing and a right wing, and it's part of the same goddamn bird. So what difference does it make?
I like when he say that. I like
what difference does it make? No, help me, because vote. Until we have another option besides Democrats and Republicans, what hope do we have? Help.
See, I like what you're saying. You actually lobbed it up like an alley hoop. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
there it is. I did it.
No, you really did. Because I had to explain to people when I was in Atlanta recently. I said, when you take funds from a Democrat or Republican, you got to push their agenda. So whatever that can be. So say a Democrat want to push, abortions at 9 months, like the baby almost out, and they want you still can kill it. That's crazy. Or they saying that we don't want everybody on government assistance. Whatever it is that you take, you gotta push that agenda when you're in there. So I said, listen, so you gave me funding and you want to push no feet, no shoes. When I get in office, I'm talking about we don't have to wear shoes. It's the law. They like, wait, what else makes sense? But because they delegated funds to me, I have to push that agenda. And that's why I said that's being biased towards the people that you serve, because those positions are humble serving positions. The aldermen,
they all should be.
It is, because that's how you actually pay them. You know, and so people don't know that you can demand what you want because they working for you.
I'm a little disappointed that my outlaws out there tonight ain't nobody called.
I thought it would be a bunch of angry black women.
But you know what though? We can actually make that. 414-231-9982.
Okay, well y'all can do
it. Hey, but you know we can actually make that work in our favor too, though, if we learn. The other night I was talking about the LGBT them, they put up money to lobby a lot of the shit that they want to push.
Right.
We can do the same thing too. If you really believe in that system, we can pull our monies together too somehow. But the problem with that is, again, our minds fucked up. We don't trust each other. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't. Who gonna hold the money?
So at some point or another, you got to gather the ones that do trust each other.
Right.
You gather the ones that do that. You know what I mean? You make that your core. Because again, every movement, every revolution has had Benedict Arnolds. They've had, you know what I'm saying, traitors. There's a way to deal with that. Let's not. Why do we act like we expect every black person to be on board before we go forward? Every black person, and some people want to stay on the plantation. Let's let them. Let's identify who don't and who do.
Well, there's that Marcus Garvey quote that
niggas versus black people.
Well, some of us wasn't no good in America, so they're gonna be no good in Africa.
Real talk.
Every
revolution started out.
I did want to tell people, if you just tuning in, it's Outlaw Radio.
Outlaw.
It's Bad Guys We're Black.
Yeah.
It's dedicated to black women from black men, and my brother Ramon Williams here, who was running for mayor here in the city. I'm not saying it's over.
Respect you, brother.
Because now you got to just write his name in. Because like when it came down to Trump, I think I wrote El DeBarge. So really, El DeBarge should be a concongressman. I don't know.
No, here's the thing.
Y'all slipping on light skin.
He really wanted to vote for El DeBarge.
I did, man.
He loves that.
I tried to do it, man.
This was playing when he goes to sleep at night.
In the heat of the river, night. Come on. You light skin. I know you. I know you know it.
I'll let you know.
That'll be more. What's his name?
I'll be sure. That's his idol.
You got jokes too?
No, I'll say
I never heard of
dark skin. I'm more
I don't know too many. You self-feed. You said you take. You go ahead.
I said Tyrese, where all of them got health issues.
What more do you want from me?
Just be remote. Just be remote.
We going out.
Or you could be tanking on it. You could be tanking on this subject twice.
You know, really? Don't be tanking.
Y'all gotta stop letting people put a wound in your eyes, right? Because I still listen to R. Kelly music. So what I'm trying to say is,
now you gonna set him off. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta stop with that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the music. We talk about music. We separate the difference, right? Can we separate the difference?
I have 3 daughters.
So you don't listen to the good
I don't. That ain't good. Listen, when I found out.
So you don't listen to Keith
Listen, no, I don't listen to Keith. So what's the fat motherfucker that got?
What about Jodeci?
No. I'm gonna say Luther Vandross.
You don't listen to Luther?
I used to like Luther. Until I found out the love words that he's speaking, he may be talking about another nigga's hairy ass. I'm sorry.
You know that confused me too. I ain't gonna lie.
This is where I get off. So if you're confused, if you confuse me, we good. So now I don't listen to R. Kelly. I don't listen to Luther Vandross. I don't fuck with no pedophilia or.
Right. I believe I can follow the good motivation.
Quiet homosexual tendencies. If you throw that bisexual ass bull, you want to keep it low.
Hey, Millie Queen said entertainers are gay.
Come on. Come on. And there's a certain degree, it's a certain level you got to be damn near gay or at least accepting of some gay shit to get to.
So
hello, R. Kelly.
You said Michael Jackson gay?
No.
Are you saying he ain't?
Listen.
Are you saying he ain't? Is he the most masculine fella that you ever?
Was he?
Was he? You tell me.
Hey, me personally, I like I said, I just looked at the music, and I know he put out a lot of music. I was all Prince.
I know Prince.
Michael Jackson.
Prince was singing with a lot of women. He had Apollonia. He was he wore the booty out pants, but he was now Michael Jackson showed up with a lot of little white kids. Like he had white.
He had Webster too.
I like
Webster the phone.
You gotta call him. Somebody got to break up the monotony. Hold on.
What's happening, man?
Okay, I got an issue.
What's your issue?
Oh, shit.
Okay, so y'all talking all this political shit, right?
Right. We talking some political shit. That's what's up.
Hey, look, they allocate all these millions of dollars to fix our potholes because this is what you was talking about just a couple of minutes ago.
Chicago.
Okay.
They allocate these millions of dollars to the state government funds to fix these potholes and give it to Illinois to fix our potholes. That shit about Milwaukee and Wisconsin Street.
Okay.
And if they gave it to all of them, if they divvied it out to all of the mom and pop payment companies here in Milwaukee or in the Milwaukee County area, don't you think that all of our streets would be pristine?
Yeah, brother, I agree with you. I think like even today, the plows have run and the kind of patchwork that they do with the cheap asphalt is potholes all in the streets because the plows came and dug all that up. But I do want to say, first of all, what's your name? Okay, what side you from?
Yeah.
Okay, now talk about it.
Baba Link.
I need to talk Burla Zoom.
How many hookers or potholes?
Both.
Oh, no, I'm just saying it was cold. It's cold. It ain't never too cold to hoe. I'm just saying I didn't know it was Fond du Lac. As soon as you said Fond du Lac, I'm like, that's life on
this. This is my guy. Don't say nothing bad about it. What's that?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so you're not necessarily on the ballot. They didn't add you to the ballot, you know? Like, what's making you fight?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
brother.
no, that's a really good question. What's making me fight, even though I'm not on the ballot, is one. You know how people tell you something you can't do, and you looking like I know I can do it, and I believe in myself. Even if you don't believe in me, I believe in me, and the more you believe in, you actually put the actions and the work in. People start gravitating to you, and now you have a bunch of people that believe and want to stand behind you and get things done. Like I told people earlier, the reason why I even ran for mayor is because years ago I tried to open up a youth center, and I talked to our leaders, our local leaders, and they were just saying it's not something they want to do. They don't want to do community centers. The youth is all out of control, blah, blah, blah. All these excuses they gave me. I said, well, just if it's like that. And so they gave me all this runaround. And I said, you know what? I'm going to run for mayor so I can open up youth centers and give people incentives to open up youth centers and get people to work with the youth, right? And now we see that the youth is running wild because nothing for them to do.
I got somebody.
It's a cause and an effect, brother. Yeah, like we can't just keep blaming.
Ain't nobody fucking with them, man.
I want to ask this brother this because this is very important to running for mayor. Do you understand the intricacies of the budget in the city of Milwaukee? Now I say this because there's the city of Milwaukee, there's Milwaukee County, and then there's the state of Wisconsin. And funding comes through different channels.
Absolutely.
And first of all, the mayor has an issue every year when he reintroduces this budget. Now, we saw in this last budget session that the majority of it went to the police department, okay? When last year, he reduced the police department. So do you understand the complexities of navigating the relationship between the fire and the police commission in Milwaukee? Do you understand negotiating the relationships between the health department and Milwaukee with these lead laterals? There's a lot of complexities involved in how this city is run civically. Now, we know that most of this is powered by the property tax levy, which is, congratulations to all you proud homeowners. It's on your back. But against the property tax levy, because that is going to be the thing that brings home the most revenue. Now, my problem with this is the city of Milwaukee, even in their assessments of homeowners every year, so you pay your property taxes every year, the city has admitted that they overestimate up to 15% to justify what they charge you for property. It's half of your assessment. So if you don't bring employment, the people don't have money. If the people don't have money, no tax revenue is generated. So you do face these where now the county, now not above the city, because shout out to DC Crowley, who I made up with. He's running for county executive.
David Crowley.
We was mad. DC's my boy. He called in last week and we straightened it out. Black skin, dark skin, and light skin dudes is back on the same team. But you know, when the county, as far as the county goes, you have a deficit because Abley, who I call Bruce Wayne, who's just a rich white boy who lives in a tower downtown and plays crime fighter at night. If you don't know, a gay crime fighter allegedly. I want to put that on him, but somebody told me he was lighting his loafers. But I'm saying, so now he said I ain't doing this shit no more. I found me a chick. I tore down a mansion in Shorewood. He was a millionaire anyway, right? So he's made the county representatives, the county supervisors part-time. He made them part-time, cut their salary in half because there's deficits. He proposed putting machines in the park to charge you to park. It was Act 69 or whatever. We blew him up on here because I got it from the inside where he tried to make himself superior over all county contracts. It was a bill. I shout out to my sister Lena. She supported it. We talked about it on the show.
Too, I want to say though, when you start saying so much, you go over the listeners and the viewer, break it down in simplest forms to make it simple. And that's one thing I've learned just dealing with so many people in Milwaukee County. And also, too,
so what's your budget proposal? Where would you do that budget?
See, I looked at the budget; it's over 1.5 billion. I had somebody break it down and everything like that. I went over it. One thing I want to say is this, because this is where people don't understand. Every time you do something like that, you have an advisor. You have somebody to actually do your daily operations. He's the CEO of the city. He's not actually doing everything. All them
staff.
I know exactly. So why would you not think that I would delegate a staff that have experience in these areas to take care of that? However, I will oversee all of it and make the final decision.
I will tell you like this. It's not that I don't think you would have it. That's why I said, what would be your plan?
Right.
What would be your focus? Because even you can assemble a staff, but you got to tell them what the direction is.
So let me ask the question. What is your agenda for the Black people?
Yeah, that's simple.
Let them answer the budget question.
It's not.
No, reason why I say it because as I tell people the things
you've been asked that question.
Yeah, I've been asked. First thing they say when I say I'm trying to get signatures so I get on the ballot, blah blah. First thing they say, "What you gonna do for me?" This is every Black person.
I didn't say that though.
No, I'm saying, but
I didn't say that. I asked about the budget.
I'm sorry, I mean interrupt you.
No. So they say, "What you gonna do for me?" And I look at them and I kind of chuckle a little bit because I'm saying they never asked a white person that. They never.
I do. I ask all white kids.
I told the people that I ran across on this campaign drive. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta realize these are people that's potential voters. That's what it's all about. And so in the city of Milwaukee is people are making $18,000 or less a year. That's Black. And then listen. So when I was in Oak Creek, why they say, "Oh, here is 70,000 average." I said, "How many Black people live in Oak Creek?"
It's a wild county.
So what I'm saying is, on the outskirts of Milwaukee, people are making 65, 70 easily. In the city of Milwaukee, guess what? They 18,000.
But every time it's time to come around with money, you know what I'm saying, allocated to the state, they ride on when you get out to the states.
But that's because this thing, nobody is holding nobody accountable. The Black people is not holding people accountable. If we had 18,000, everybody else at 35, 60, and 70, that's a big gap.
We just talked that's
me there, and for me to be in there and be black and be one of those person, why would I not try to make sure? Remember, I'm not paid by a Democrat or Republican, so I don't have to push that agenda. I can actually come in as for the people agenda.
Because you
on Wales and Burla and all these other areas, the people tell you what they want and what they need. They know what they need. Just like you know what you want.
But you heard what the blacklist should have to say. It's gonna hurt you.
Well, the black
hurt because this is what they said. The reason why I said we gotta realize there's never been a black person elected in the history of Milwaukee. It's almost 200 years, and you know the reason why?
Almost.
Tell me why, because I was going to ask you. Tell me why.
Because look, listen, the reason why it hasn't been done is one, how they set the system up. This is December 1st to January 7th. That's in the winter months. Also, in February, which is next month, is the primary. If it snows on the 18th, how many black folks you think coming out to go vote?
Well, let me.
You know,
but that's why they want to get rid of them.
Hold on. I think you missed the point.
Okay.
I think you missed the point.
Mm-hmm. These low voter numbers.
I think you missed the point because you talked about the original setup. First of all, you have to understand the Great Migration. You have to understand what that meant. That was an exodus from the Jim Crow South, which my mother was a part of.
Black flight.
Well, it's black flight, not white flight. That was once we got here. The Great Migration was before that. That's us leaving the South en masse.
Gotcha.
From 1940 to 1970.
How we ended up here.
So we talk about Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a city that forever, they had a minimal black population. The Germans, Milwaukee is Germantown, but it was
New Berlin.
Right.
New Berlin, which is New Berlin, right?
Milwaukee is a city that was established by Polish people, German people.
German.
So this was the last stop. This was the last stop on the Great Migration. Black people went to Chicago, they went to Detroit, they went to Minneapolis, they went to California, they went to New York. Didn't nobody want to touch this bullshit on this lake with all these white people here. This was the last stop. Our population here exploded between 1950 and 1960. It went from 50 black people.
But we still wouldn't allow past North Avenue.
Now, right. Well, no, we couldn't go because there was no open house. That didn't come till 1968. And if you talk about Brown versus Board of Education, which was passed in 1955, we didn't desegregate our schools until 1978, which was forced by John Reynolds, who was a white federal judge. So I said all that to say this.
Right.
I said all that to say this. This is the last stop on the train. They already had a white power structure here. They already had a racist power structure here. We know that. We've been existing in this. But at one point, there was a teasing of a black middle class. Because in the 70s, we had the highest standard of living of all black people in this country. And that's only because of one thing. It's only because of industrial infrastructure. When you talk about jobs, and a brother told me one time in a barbershop, shout out to that brother, I don't remember who he was, but he said to me, he said, brother, I hear what you're saying, but you know what happened to black power in Milwaukee? I said, what? He said, Al Smith started hiring.
Jobs.
A lot of niggas stopped to quit the Panthers and went to working for Alice Chalmers. So,
take care of their family. Could you blame them?
If any candidate
making $28 an hour back,
could you blame them? I worked at Tower Automotive. I was there. Yes, sir.
If any candidate is going to come to me and say he wants my vote, you have to have a definitive economic entry city, which is sitting there, was A.L. Smith. It's a ghost town. You can't sell that shit to no buyer. You don't have that. So if somebody want to come behind and clean up this mess, when I ask them questions, I need definitive answers. Which is why, my brother, because I referred to the CDBG money, which is $19 million allocated by the federal government. That's supposed to be for North Avenue, Center, Burla.
Can we say reparations?
Hey, look, we not even gonna talk about that, right? I said something that people was. This is a funny thing, right? People are quick to say racist, right? I just said this to throw it out there. The best for people, right? Because like I said, one thing about it is I have nothing to lose compared to everybody else. I'm not a senator. I'm not an alderman. I don't sit on the board. Things like that.
You be back at.
If you look at it, I'm considered a nobody. Just somebody from I'm neighborhood mom. That's who I am. I'm neighborhood mom. So I said
you be back in the trap Monday.
So I said this because the mess of people throw it out there. It's like a teaser, right? Get people engaging. I said, if I was elected, I would put a Senate bill to Congress where they write up to where if you black and you in Milwaukee, you registered for 4 years, you pay no taxes. Now, somebody said that's actually good because I said you're not gonna get no reparations. That's a form of it. But in the end of the year, so I don't think that's smart. And then some people were saying, well, that don't help the only business owner is black.
I would say to you, as the mayor of Milwaukee, how you gonna get a Senate package passed with all the bipartisanship? And we understand
we have connections with Congress and different people like that. One thing about this whole thing, I've been sitting in the seat with the people using this. It's just how you said Democrat and Republican, they all hang out together, they go golfing, all that. What do you think this all been? You think I have been with Lena Taylor, David King, Tom Barrett, Tony Zelensky, all those?
And tell me something about David King, bro.
you talking about the other black dude who didn't get enough signatures.
Right, let me tell you, listen, and this is a trap ass question, brother. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead.
Don't trust this dude. You can't trust light skin bald head.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. I want the village ones. I don't, like I said, I don't have none of that care. I don't care about all that stuff.
David King is a black Republican.
I know.
I've had the pleasure or displeasure of actually going around and campaigning with this brother. Right, so
I spoke at a conservative Republican dinner after him, and the thing is, they want to push David King, and they allow him, so they want to push me.
No, they should have pushed this.
Are you conservative? How do you identify? Are you a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm neither. However, I was looking at the conservative Republican part because like there's some things of the Republican views I do like.
Like
which
what?
Is this? I'm going to tell you. I believe that people should be independent versus being dependent on someone. I believe in entrepreneurship. I believe in somebody making their own money and stop relying on somebody, stop laying on somebody's couch and feel like the world is all on me. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta die now. So some of the things I do believe in, just like some things with Democrat, I like. You're not gonna like everything on each side. What I looked at was this: most of the people that's making the real moves are Republican. So if you networking, because it's all this is, all it is networking. Just like how, like I said, each one of them, Tom Barrett, David King, Lena Taylor, Tony Zelensky, we all been in the same room, we all talk and things like that. So it's like none of this stuff is different. It just depends on what your personal experience is with. Because guess what? All the black folks with Tom Barrett. All the people that work with Tom Barrett.
Wait, let's bring it back.
So what I'm saying is that I looked at some of the things I like.
It's still dedicated to black women. There's still bad guys wearing black.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I want to stop. I want to get on one thing you just said.
We gotta stop being emotional.
Well, you just said all the people that are making moves are Republicans.
That you have to go through at the top.
Then there's a balance. See, the city of Milwaukee has been Democratic for 40 years. The state has switched its ebb and flow because right now we have a Democratic governor and a Democratic mayor. The way this thing moves is Republicans are not the one making the most moves. They're not. Republicans are stuck on stupid. Let me tell you something about the Trumpers. And we just had Trump come here. Let me tell you something as a black person. 13% of black men voted for Trump. The 13% of the black male vote went to Trump. And this is why black women are mad at us. Because you dumbass motherfuckers. How dare you vote for this cat who, first of all, disrespect. There's been rallies in which the Republicans, an old 70-year-old man punched a young black brother with dreads. Right? If I go hit a 70-year-old man right now or a 70-year-old white man, I'm going to prison yesterday. Trump is the poster boy for racism and white supremacy, and so is the Republican Party. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I heard all you. Hold on. No, that's a good way to say it. But I'm telling you, I remember when they teased him running, and white boys were saying, white Republicans were saying, well, it'll be a broker convention because we'll never accept, even if our party elects him, we won't accept him as the nominee. First of all, a broker convention hasn't happened in hundreds of years. It was verbal masturbation. You was playing with yourself and everybody can see you. And I'm not playing no games with white people right now who think because Trump is in office, you can say and do whatever you want to do to me. You're going to get your ass whooped. I'm not your grandfather's Negro. And they better understand that. At some point, I wouldn't give a fuck. Then it's such have not, will not, and will never make moves that will benefit us. When you listen to your great Republican hero, who is Ronald Reagan, laugh at African leaders and say, did you see those monkeys? When you listen at Richard Nixon, laugh at James Brown after James Brown met with him. I'm talking about years of white Republicans shitting on us
at one point, and it just switched.
And that's the point I was gonna make, brother. So listen, I'm sorry. No, listen. This is my thing. So this is what
I'm enjoying the show.
This is
When be biased, it's like, how can you do your job?
This is what I'm saying.
Well, ain't no bias. Because first of all, I'm a black man and I'm a Republican. But first of all, I'm a socialist because I believe that whoever got money should do for the people below them. Because teamwork make the dream work. Let me tell you something. You know what you having all the money and nobody else breeds? Robbery. Everybody got to eat. If you got all the money and you going to subjugate me, we're going to rob your ass. I promise you, revolution is coming.
Some people can eat and still want off your plate.
Right.
That happens all the time.
Those people get dealt with.
No,
there's no such thing as a conservative, even conservative black people.
So you're allergic to cola.
I'm not.
What else?
I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. Give me a minute. You're allergic to cola, right? And so,
shout out to Mike Payne.
The choices that you're given is Pepsi or Coke.
They both cola.
Neither one of them work for you because you're allergic to cola.
Right.
But you're proud of the fact, and I'm not talking about you. When I say you, I mean one, right? But one is proud that they get offered Pepsi or Coke because they feel like they have a choice. But neither one of the choices are good for you. You're allergic to cola. So this is what I'm saying. When the Republicans was in office, the black people suffered. When the Democrats is in office, the black people suffered. For you to take, you know what I'm saying, grab hold of one of these things and act like, so it's fucking ridiculous. Like it don't make no fucking sense.
Things we should be doing as people.
So until we get some shit of our own that represents us, that's food for us, by us, for, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me catch you.
Listen, that's great. That's great. But all that shit don't matter, right?
That's
dead, acting like stupid ass niggas that's doing stupid ass nigga shit. You see what I'm saying?
Why are you yelling?
No, because I'm gonna tell you the mother. That's right. He answered your question, and then you know me. We've been here. Why are you asking me that question? So my point is, Republicans ain't shit. They're not designed for us. Democrats ain't shit. They're not designed for us. That's some bullshit.
This is the thing to look at. Even though none of
them. No, we don't gotta look at.
You know what I'm saying? Look, even none of them is for us, right? But nobody, like, that's why I hear all the time. It's all about the crab and the barrel mentality, right? But I look and say, if you all know it, why are we still in the bucket? Like, that's my thing. Why are we still in the bucket?
So when you come to me as a politician, I want you to tell me how you're gonna be different from everybody else.
We still in the bucket because we don't have sense. We still in the bucket because we don't have sense enough to stop the bullshit that we doing to each other to keep tearing each other down.
Let's approach this from a scientific perspective. First of all, crabs are animals, organisms that live in free water. They should never be placed in a bucket.
Neither should we.
You should expect them.
We shouldn't be in prison.
So
Neither
you should expect them to act
Neither
out.
should we.
All right, so don't say, I hate when black people use them cliche, the crab and bucket. Get your ass in the bucket with 5 other niggas. I'm trying to get out too. I'll step on your
Let's
head.
figure out how to not get in the goddamn bucket and who putting us in the motherfucker, right? That's what I'm talking about.
The first crab should say, first of all, y'all, why we in the goddamn bucket?
Yes.
We all grew up in water.
Hey, but my thing is this: at that point, though, you in the bucket already. So now it's what do we do to get out this motherfucker?
Solution-based.
Like I said, it's all in the mind, man. We got to stop. It's a competition to get out the bucket.
Right.
We got to stop thinking like it's a competition.
I'm not trying to keep. Look,
you dig what I'm saying? And we got to start. We got to start thinking like, how can we work together so we can pull each other up out this motherfucker?
Yes, sir.
414-231-9982.
So how realistic you think you
Outlaw Radio.
Hold on, we got Millie Quinn. We got a bunch of people in the chat room.
Yeah, you ignored them all night.
I know, because my brother got me fired up.
Well, they should, because I've been, listen, some of y'all
extra aggressive.
I'm
scared right now. I don't know.
I thought the women was calling in to get on us.
I wanted to get a number, but you keep hitting me.
You might
calm down.
It's too rough for you.
You are the most aggressive light-skinned dude I've ever seen.
The darkest, the blackest light-skinned motherfucker I've ever seen. I didn't tell you that.
Shout out to Eric Phillips. He said he gonna holler back. Very good job, man. I love you. I love you, EP. EP, you my brother. You know that. But check this out. So this all started, and we apologize for our passion.
No, it's great. It's great.
No, but I'm saying
it's great.
The original thing was bad guys wear black.
Yes,
and it's really about black women because of the show we had. And like sisters was mad at OJ, and OJ is my partner. I'm not even, I'm not even dealing with that because that's his personal thing. And I don't do, if you know me, I don't get involved in no brother. His relationship status is on him.
Can we get on the topic though?
Well, I'm about to go there. If you just leave me alone with your light-skinned aggressive ass. What the fuck, man?
I just asked the question.
Why is DeBarge attacking boys to men tonight on the stage, right? Just the end of the road.
Because you can't figure out if you boys or men. Right. That's why.
I don't know. Once again, you said I was gay anyway. So
you agree?
But listen, I wanted to say this. Oh, you want to call the number? Okay. So, but I want to say this. I want to say this. Sisters, it is dedicated to y'all. I love black women, and we all love black women. And we're in order to be strong, in order for us to prosper, black women and black men have to have a relationship. And if you, and I know you've been listening, but the point we all agree to is that the real detriment to us is the breakdown of the black
family. Yes.
So that was the only thing that they could do. They hung us, they killed us, they did every kind of thing. They raped us, they did everything. They took our lands, they kidnapped us. But the one thing that affected us is when they broke down our family.
When they turned you against us.
Right. So one thing we have right now is false fallacies. And brothers is just as guilty. You know, first of all, let's talk about double standards. And here's the double standard. If a man gets some money from a woman, he's a pimp. But if a woman gets some money from a man, she's a gold digger. If a man gets plenty, I'm going to tell y'all this. Everybody take off all your clothes right now and go stand in the mirror.
Not here, because
if you gotta do it here, I'm saying. If the Lord moves you,
y'all do that shit at home. We ain't doing that.
If the Lord moves you and your pastor told you to get naked,
just take it off.
No, don't. Go to a different church. You're about to get molested. Keep your children out of the motherfucking program. YPWW is no good for you.
You're 40, Jason. You're 40. You can't get molested. There's no such thing. Take off your clothes.
Well, listen, what happened to you?
I'm not saying you. You said you finna get molested.
I said take your children out of that church.
I want the black woman to know this. Black men are here for you. Black men are here for you. Black men want to protect you.
Real ones.
Black men want to be with you.
Real ones.
But what it dictates for me to exist in my masculinity today, in spite of the LGBTQ and all of this Trumpism and white supremacy and white privileges, I can't take no bullshit. I ain't got time for your bullshit. If you want some bullshit, I ain't fucking with you. You might be hurt, but I'm gonna be free. I'm just saying, the black man has to stay free. He has to stay untampered. And I say, this show is dedicated to y'all. If y'all want to call in 414-231-9982. We got about 10 minutes. I'll add some time just in case somebody want to call in. But I'm saying we want to protect you. Now, the question that's asked is, are we really listening to you?
We don't want to be used by you.
Well, they're saying they're not listening to
you. In order for us to talk to you, we have to pay one of your bills. You goddamn crazy. Yeah, you ridiculous? Let me tell you, your pussy's no more valuable than a dick. It takes two. Otherwise, you're just tripping.
Right, you wouldn't have that sign on Prince Motorcycle in Purple Rain.
Fuck out of here. Listen, it's equal. It's about the black family. When you start thinking your shit is it, and the brother don't matter, listen, go away.
And please don't tell me that it's so bad for you as a single woman that now you've considered going to the white man. Because listen, let me tell you something. If you think white men don't cheat, don't beat, don't kill, don't steal, you ain't been paying attention. So what I'd say to you is, bye.
Hey,
kill the whole family.
And let me tell you one thing. One thing a white man to do that a black man won't do when he get mad at you fucking nigger.
I might say that shit too. Yo, that's crazy.
And their family might not accept you too. That's another part.
Come on, son. Ask Meghan Markle, who ran over there with them royals in England and thought she was gonna be the first black princess. Bullshit. She's gonna be living in Cleveland next week.
Them motherfuckers,
people in England,
them motherfuckers over there, they lizards and shit. They reptilians.
Right, there'll never be an English DeBarge. Stop it. Run to the white man if you want. You gonna come back.
But that melanin is attractive in a motherfucker, though, ain't it? Right? That melanin make you look good.
You get to kick me in my ass whenever you want to. I'd rather pay my own bills.
I was gonna say that's your life.
I don't need my ass kicked.
That's your decision. You chose that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody what you did.
Light skinned or dark.
Shout out, man. We about to get out of here. Shout out, Jason.
Man, I give a shout out to you cats, man, for letting hanging out with old Eddie Kane over here. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
Yeah, well, we ain't talking about your state of erection, motherfucker. Well, I'm just saying I appreciate y'all.
Why you always go with the gay shit?
Because I'm talking to you when I speak the language. If I was in France, I would speak
funny
French.
is all my homies looking at it like, why do you keep coming at Kev with the gay? Kev is the most can't be gay dude ever.
Listen, start recording some of the conversations that happen in the garage, and they'll understand. It's okay, but here's the thing:
Phil on you in the garage? What the fuck kind of shit?
I wouldn't let that happen. No, I wouldn't let that happen. Right, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't let that happen. You're. Listen, what do I say about you? You're a good guy. I never told you about you.
Shout somebody out.
You, nigga, I'm gonna shout you out. You're a good fucking guy.
Shout out, boy.
Shout out.
We gotta
you interrupt, motherfucker.
Answer the phone.
Because you still good.
You are last caller, man, because I got to get Jason off the air. What's going on? You live on Outlaw Radio.
I know, I was listening. What's going down?
What's popping, man? What you got to say?
Same shit Kevin got to say, right? It's the same shit he got to say. That's right. That's what's up.
Why the fuck you call the show then? What the fuck kind of call is this?
For Domino's.
The nigga called the show and said I ain't got shit to say.
I just want to call and tell you I'm motherfucking fuck you. Yes, sir.
Came a long way. It is not okay. And on the top of that, he has learned to accept other cultures over these years.
We talking about Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our family.
Call in, y'all.
Grew up together.
Okay.
Right.
So,
No, listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you educating me, man, and update me on that because I thought Kevin was just weird for a bunch of other reasons.
Man, you know what, cuz? Thank you for calling. Hey, turn your radio down, Jim.
No, but that's what's up. Love, man. Love. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all too.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are doing a great job. I see the progression.
Peace.
I'm over here trying to clean out a pipe that's clogged. And listening to y'all.
Listen, rubbing alcohol, man, it cleans out your utensils. Like, just soak the shit in rubbing alcohol. It cleans out real good.
We got another caller.
Or apple cider.
We got another caller. My brother, hold on.
Love, man.
Another caller. We got another call.
Go ahead.
You live on Outlaw Radio. What's
These
good?
shows is turning into something serious.
Hello?
¿Qué quiere más? Somebody gets a la leche. Y dice que no quiere más.
Telemundo.
Okay.
Hello? Okay. I hangs up.
City Morgue, how may I help you?
We bag them, you tag them. Listen, you got about 5 more minutes. Call in, let us know.
Listen, I'm here with some great motherfuckers, right? Listen, these dudes is for real. They good. I'm honored to be on the show with these dudes, man. Especially you.
Man, you need to leave me alone. I'm so mad at
This
you.
nigga can't even take a compliment. I'm trying to tell him how good he is. You know what I'm saying?
So just call. Somebody call. They need to call back. Call back.
Call.
He opt out that plan.
All right, you about to go out of here. Listen. Shout out to all the black women.
All the black women that didn't call in, I thought I was expecting you.
I want to say this to black women.
Your phone must work.
One of the things you have to understand with our issue with you is because you have become so overtly cosmetic that we don't no longer know how to identify with you. Because when you put lashes and makeup and lipstick and eyelash and weaves and wigs and push-up bras and booty jeans and have surgery.
Hey,
I don't know who you is.
When you do come home and take off all your shit and walk in the room, like, where'd my girl go? And you have to understand that your burden of insecurity plays a role in that. To sisters, understand, y'all shouldn't be insecure. And there's nothing wrong with a sister who takes care of her skin with natural hair and is unapologetic about her features. And I understand it.
I love
no, because you don't get back. But no, I want to tell sisters, stop falling for the okie doke.
I was getting
Stop
good,
falling for the
man.
banana in your tail, bashing, and you won't ever disrespect me. I'm a traditional man, which means I'm willing to give it up for you if you give it up for me. It got to be 50-50 or nothing else works. See, I will allow you to be a woman, but but you have to allow me to be a man. And until we get back to having conversations within us, without middlemen, we're going to be lost. So when you allow Oprah, when you allow Wit, does not work a job and won't even let her meet his parents. He's
Answer the phone.
Y'all gonna make that a thing? Y'all gonna make that a thing?
That's hilarious. Man, why you ain't answer the phone?
Outlaw, how you doing, my sister? What? I'm good. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, let's talk, sister. What you want to talk about?
Talk that.
Okay, that's. Yeah, I got on the sister.
Talk about all of it.
Attract or connect with black men who say they want a natural woman. You know, they say they're down for black women, and then at the same time contradict themselves by, you know, preferring that woman who wears the makeup and.
Questions.
Now, first of all, I'm going to attempt to answer this. I don't know if this will be the right answer for you, right? And I'll let my brothers go at it too. But I would say this. First of all, you have to know who you are. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all have things that we're insecure about. Some of us is fat, some of us skinny, some of us light, some of us dark. You got one tooth, two in your mouth, one in your pocket.
Big,
right, but
calves are skinny.
I would say get to know yourself very well, sister. I would get to say, that's why I said take off all your clothes and go stand in the mirror and look at yourself and be honest about what you are. Loves you in your purest form. And this is the best advice I can give you. And this is the part of a relationship that doesn't happen when it's not a relationship. When you are in with a man who cares about you, when you wake up in the morning and you ain't got them lashes, that makeup, that weave, and sometimes we know sister get caught sideways. She having a bad hair day. And you, damn, baby, what happened? You go downstairs, she look like ready for the world. What's going on? She said, well, it's my hair. If he loves you, he's gonna say, it's all good, baby. I'm riding with you. If he say, no, you gotta get that weave done. If he does that, he's not for you. See, you gotta tell people to love you for you. You don't have to tell them that, you have to demand it. But in order to tell them that and demand it, you gotta know who you are and love yourself. So I would say,
I'm not speaking for myself personally. I'm saying.
She said, I'm fine. I'm talking about the mother of. Well, I want to tell you this. Anything that's aesthetic, anything that's visual is artificial in the first place. So any man who's enamored by the way you look is not your man, because your looks will change. And I'm here to tell you, as you get older, when you get, all of us is ugly when we old. So it's not about how you look. And that's the first thing you should watch out for.
Kevin, I think this question is a little deeper than that.
Hello, somebody.
Well, come in then, brother. Since it seemed like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well, get your mic then.
What I think she's asking, okay, you got sisters who go natural, who's natural, right? And then you got a lot of brothers that say they want somebody instead.
That's an natal hair.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, well, you look at it, like I say, it's a mind thing.
Who's sound checking?
No, well, listen, you right here. Check that.
She's
that's right here.
My sister, you talking?
Listen.
No, that's you, bro.
That's you.
You on the phone with a whole call,
right.
Trying to call somebody out.
Let me tell you, I called on accident.
So what it is, you know what I mean? Okay, we all got a spiritual journey that we on, and it's different levels.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as men get older, you know what I mean, we evolve mentally.
Hopefully.
You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to, you know what I mean? Once you reach 30 or something, your brain is at its full growth, and you can really work it now. You can really learn a lot more. You can evolve into your higher self now. But this is the thing, right? Okay, it was a part of my journey where I may have been saying like, yeah, I think I want a natural. But I'm kind of like in between still. I'm still on the fence.
Still a sinner.
You dig what I'm saying? It's a point while you're growing where you still part of your past, but then you also moving towards what you want to be, how you want to be, how you view yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you got brothers. Who gonna tell you something like that? Well, I want a sister that's.
I'm laughing at him. I'm sorry. This dude is crazy.
You got brothers that'll tell you, I want a sister like this.
Right.
And they may really do. But also, you know what I mean? Men are driven by sight too. We horn dogs too. You know what I mean? And that's part of the whole nature of it all.
Until you develop your third eye.
Listen, this is
part of develop your third eye.
But listen what I'm saying. This is part of the whole nature of it all. Women are supposed to be sexual. And women are supposed to look sexual. You know what I mean? And we're attracted to that. So we still resort back into that old way and be like with the old type of chick, and then that relationship ain't gonna. I want somebody that's natural. Ain't no way in hell
I'm alone in the room. Sometimes I play with my balls. And when my mama comes in,
you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell I'm going backwards. If I ever wind up with a sister, you gonna see she's gonna be a natural.
Let me tell you something. My granddaddy told me. He told me men fall in love with their eyes, but women fall in love with their ears.
My sister,
that's why you can say some good shit to a woman, right? And look like Biggie.
Not at all. I know we some dudes. You know, we ain't got no candles in that. Did we help you out at all? I think she hung up. Like y'all talk too much shit.
See, I think.
No, yeah. I'm saying, did we help you out at all? We tried to answer your question. I don't know. Did we help you? Jason. His name is Jason.
No, I'm not the second guy. I'm the first guy. I'm the biggest light-skinned dude.
No, you're second on.
I'm talk to teach, listen to learn. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I think she was talking about me, my ass.
Well, he did, but I said this last week.
Yeah, I mean,
you pray for a blessing. Hold on, you pray,
bro.
but I don't think you should pray for that person. I think you should pray to God to prepare you to receive that person. I think you should say, God, help me understand myself so I can attract what you have in store.
Hey, look, I manifest for what I feel like will work for me.
Right.
I don't have it's not a face.
I'm gonna say
but I know she would have to be a natural type of woman because this is the type of lifestyle that I live. This is my lifestyle.
But
you know what I mean? It
wouldn't
work.
I want
in a household with a chick like that who's still back in that old lifestyle.
Yes.
And here I am drinking tea in the morning.
Yes.
And it won't work. So a sister will have to actually.
You will be back in the spot.
What I'm saying is, it's more than talk with me now. It's more of a lifestyle. So a sister would have to be that.
So another question. Talk to teach, listen, and learn. If you want to hear what I had to say about it, because I don't represent none of that shit you just heard from none of these cats. But if you want to hear what I have to say about it, because what I thought you was asking me a question, go to Talk to Teach, listen, learn. I'm on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, she talked. She said she was asking everybody. See, light skinned dude
always getting our
time. No, here's the thing. The light skinned dude is the one that don't get a chance to
talk to
me.
I thought we was all getting our turn.
I thought I had. Did I get my turn?
Yours was coming. I was good. She just commented on
my turn's still coming. Y'all go ahead.
My sister, thank you.
My turn's still coming. My turn's still coming.
I'm sorry. My sister, thank you for coming in. We appreciate your support. We love black women, and however y'all come, you got to get you a man that loves you. Just so, and to make a long story short, get somebody who loves you for who you are. And be real with that person. Don't always appear with the eyelashes and the wig. Take your wig off sometime. Come out when he's there. Just come out. I tell you what you do. One day when he's there, even if you got your weave on or not, go and she hung up.
Yeah, she's like, that's some bullshit.
But I was
I did that shit already. He was like,
here's a great definition of you being in a relationship. I don't care how much the honeymoon stage is. Eat some shit that'll tear your stomach up. Go in the bathroom and have the ugliest shit you've ever had. Right. And come out and stank up the whole house. If she stay with you, she's yours. Listen, I've had a great time. I want to thank my brothers for being here.
Yes.
The conditions are optimal.
We love it. We love it.
Y'all catch us Wednesday night. Me and Kamal will ease y'all back into the weekend with the verbal foreplay and get you wet. We get you wet before we jump in. And then we do that on Wednesdays with the Warrior Report. So
you got Center Street Wellness coming in with us too.
Yeah,
you know the second store where you can find nature's herbs and supplements.
I might need you to tell me they come. It's good. It's good. They can come. Brother Ramon.
Give my guys some space.
Thank you for coming, man. I know you like, I don't know. I ain't even running for mayor no more, nigga. I'm gonna go work at Foot Locker. Fuck these niggas.
Nah, definitely not Foot Locker. I ain't talking messing like feet and stuff. Nah, but you know, I appreciate coming to the show, man. I love the raw and you know, uncut, as we like to serve it out there. And I'm excited, still fired up, still on here. You know, go hit every podcast, radio station I can, and write it in the ballot. I'm pushing for everybody to do early voting, February 3rd to the 14th. I'll be at City Hall. It's at City Hall, and like I said, you're gonna see me everywhere.
And when you go on those other podcasts, tell them this the best one you've been on, because Outlaw Radio is the shit.
No, that you done been on. I mean,
if you want to know whether,
oh yeah, no, I definitely have. Like I said, we want that authenticity, and somebody been real.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Ghetto, man. Shout out to the homie. Got me drinking Civil War liquor.
Ghost.
I'm drunk like a runaway
Listen,
slave.
what's up? Listen, all you sisters that went so hard on Thursday, I thought you was calling in. What happened? Like, some of you I would have been defending, but some of you I'd have been busting your ass. What happened? What happened?
It's snowing outside. It's cold.
I tell you like this. If you want to know where you at, how you measure up, you can only judge it in one way. If your criticism outweighs your contribution to the black community, you damn sure a coon.
Coon.
I'll see y'all Wednesday night.
Wakanda forever.
Shit. Some black people shit right now.
Love piece of chicken grease.
Hey.
YouTube ain't off. You motherfuckers keep
I don't
talking.
give a fuck.
Hey, listen,
I'm trying to tell you, keep talking, you bald head motherfucker.
You my nigga.